no artist could ever match the success made by Justin Bieber. Well, yes, more notable artists like Billie Eilish and Olivia Rodrigo, who made an astonishing success over a short time, but Bieber is far beyond extraordinary. He kept his success for years, from his 2010 hit single Baby up to the Billboard charts with songs like Despacito and Let Me Love You. No doubt he is deemed to be the ultimate industry plant of the music industry, and here's why. But before we get into it, do me a favor and smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button for notifications whenever a new video is published. Before I spill the reasons why Justin Bieber is called the ultimate industry plant, let's first talk about what exactly is an industry plant. So, what is an industry plant? Artists that achieve success in pop music do so in a variety of ways. However, social media platforms such as YouTube and SoundCloud are becoming increasingly popular. Artists create a fan base on sites like YouTube or SoundCloud until they grab the attention of a music executive who rapidly signs them. Post Malone, Conan Gray, and Lindsey Sterling's rise were natural. They established an internet presence, people discovered them, and word of mouth extended their fame. However, not everyone who finds their big break on YouTube or SoundCloud does it with the support of a record company. An industry plant is someone whose rise appears natural, but was orchestrated by a record company that paid for placement or hired influencers to spread the news. The public is unaware of the label's role. With their extensive network and millions of resources at their disposal, major labels can effectively promote any artist through streaming, radio play, and media coverage. Some fans and reviewers feel that record labels scout performers they believe will be most marketable within a given genre and invest their resources in them, tricking the listeners into believing the artist has an established organic following. Why does being dubbed an industry plant negatively impact a career when the notion is so similar to an artist's major break in the music industry? Said fans want to know who they are rooting for at all times. In the hip-hop and alternative music communities, an artist is equally as significant as the music itself. In contrast to pop music, these two genres designed to appeal to a broad audience target a more particular audience with the themes hidden in their songs. Artists frequently allude to personal hardships in their music that fans can identify with, and their credibility stems from their own experiences. Let's take, for example, Clairo. Clairo, an indie pop singer who rocketed to stardom after her song Pretty Girl went viral on YouTube, has long been accused of being an industry plant because of her father's close ties to Fader label. Many fans wondered if her unexpected success was due only to YouTube's algorithm system, or if her father's connections played a role in how she was promoted. Looking at the industry's current state, all of the artists mentioned have had a successful year. Their music consistently tops the charts and dominates the radio stations. They're all heavily promoted online and on social media. They're all signed to major record labels, of course. With such a large arsenal at their disposal, it's only natural that big labels use their resources and contacts to monopolize the industry. They understand what fans want and how to market it to them. It makes no difference how organic an artist's story is in this regard. So Justin Bieber, the ultimate industry plant. The way individuals, brands, and musicians communicate has changed as a result of social media. With the help of sites like MySpace and, more importantly, YouTube, aspiring musicians may instantly reach a large audience with their music. This has lowered barriers to entry into the music industry and modified the career path for aspiring musicians. Along with the major players, new advancements, platforms, and apps regularly emerge, all of which can be exploited to ensure that artists are heard. Nowadays, you can be your musician, producer, and promoter, and like Justin Bieber, if you do it well, you can genuinely make it. Well, as for some of you who know, Scooter Braun, a former marketing executive of So So Def Recordings, is said to have discovered Justin Bieber accidentally when he clicked on one of his YouTube videos. Braun was so taken with Bieber that he tracked out the theatre where he was performing, found Bieber's school, and finally reached Marlette, Justin's mother. Bieber travelled to Atlanta, Georgia with Braun to record demo tapes when he was 13 years old. Bieber was soon signed to Raymond Braun Media Group, RBMG, a joint venture between Braun and Usher. From there, Usher turned to his manager Chris Hicks for help finding a label home for the musician, who orchestrated an audition with his contact L.A. Reid of Island Def Jam music groups. In October 2008, Reid signed Bieber to Island Records, creating a joint venture between RBMG and Island Records, and named Hicks as Executive Vice President of Def Jam, where he could oversee Bieber's career at the label. Bieber then moved to Atlanta with his mother to pursue further work with Braun and Usher. Braun became Bieber's manager in 2008. While Bieber was still recording his debut album, his first single, One Time, was released to radio. In its initial week of release in July 2009, the song reached number 12 on the Canadian Hot 100 and number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100 list in the United States. His debut album, My World 2.0, was released in January 2010 with Baby. Ludacris was featured in the song, which went on to become a worldwide smash. It reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the United States, number 3 on the Canadian Hot 100, and number 10 in several other countries. Now, you might be asking why I'm diving into the success path of Bieber. Well, I'm just making a point here. We need to look for a clue that proves he is the ultimate industry plant of the pop industry. Let's try to analyze from the beginning. Since Braun watched Bieb's video on YouTube, it got his attention immediately. He should be thinking, this is it. This should be the guy I'm looking for. I want this boy in my label. In that case, Braun is just trying to use Justin's talent to give Bieber the success he wants. But of course, if you think of it, it's kind of shocking to see a boy with only a little support on social media grow up immediately to a huge bang. So he wants Bieber to first grow up his social media influence before getting him stardom. That's why the single One Time was released before the debut album, which you could include that song in the debut album itself. And there comes the succession of support, hitting the top spots of the billboards. From there, Braun and his team could proceed on their plans for Justin, continue supporting him for the fame, and continue harvesting the profits they would earn from it. And then comes the massive success of tracks like Baby in the early days of Bieber, all orchestrated by Scooter Braun and her label. Whether or not the concept of an industry plant exists, there's no denying that large record companies are always searching for the next big thing, and that these labels have more clout than smaller independent firms. Regardless of which big three labels back them, these musicians can count on the support and appreciation of their fans as long as they continue to deliver the high-quality music that is expected of them. In the end, though, the message of the music matters, not the success derived from it. Justin Bieber may be at his peak at the moment, but most successful artists also followed the path of what Bieber was in his early days. Billie Eilish is one of them, but what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications on our future content. With that being said, see you in the next one.